guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I've got another Top 5 Tuesdays for you, and we're going to be talking about concealers. So if you're interested in hearing what my all-time favorite concealers are, then just keep on watching. So if you're new to my channel, I do a Top 5 Tuesdays series in collaboration with the Glam Dr. Mona Khan. I will leave a link down to her video for this week and her channel down in my description box if you want to check her out. Please do go check out her channel. She's awesome. We love a lot of the same products, but she has a different skin tone than I do and has different skin concerns than I do. So we always have like a kind of differing perspective on stuff, and we usually have some overlaps in our lists, I feel like, but then generally, you know, we have very differing opinions on some things. So definitely check her out. And if you are new here, please subscribe down below before you leave, and let's get into my top 5 favorite concealers. All right, the first two concealers I'm going to talk about, you guys have heard me talk about a gazillion times, so I'm not going to linger too long on them, but the first one is the by Terry Terribly DENSILISS Concealer. I have it in the shade 2 Vanilla Beige. It is their like serum concealer. I believe it has hyaluronic acid in there. It claims to be anti-wrinkle, dark circle, eye bag, etc., etc. I just love it because it's a very comfortable, everyday type of concealer. I use this if I'm not looking for something like too full coverage. It has a very light coverage, but it's so super comfortable. I feel like it's more like a tinted skincare product, and I just love putting this under my eyes. I feel like I'm doing something good, and so I'm pretty much done with this bottle. In fact, I've had it for quite some time. I feel like if I'm not done, I should be done. I just love this, and I will definitely be repurchasing this when I toss it out. And the concealer that I've been using lately is the Chanel Longwear Concealer. It has a gel-like consistency, and it has a higher coverage than the by Terry, but it blends in really, really nicely. It has just a really kind of seamless look under the eye. I don't feel like it settles into lines. It doesn't crease on me. It sets beautifully. You know, any powder that I've used over it, it just sort of works with it. It just sort of glides on. It works underneath my eyes and on my face as well. I'll use it kind of around my nostrils where I have redness. If I have splotches on my face, I'll use this. It works really, really well. The by Terry, I don't feel like I can use on my face. It's a little bit too light for that, light in coverage. So I've been loving the Chanel Longwear Concealer. I've been using this, I feel like pretty much nonstop for the past, I don't even know how many months, but ever since I got it, probably 4 months ago at this point. But I really love this concealer, and I have it in the shade 20 Beige. Next up, I have two pot concealers. This concealer I really love, and I think I mentioned this in one of my monthly favorites, but this is the LILAH B concealer. This is the Be Bright Virtuous Veil Concealer and Eye Primer. It comes in their great pebble packaging that slides open and close. It's really cool. And I really like this concealer for a lot of reasons. One, it doubles as a primer. I basically use my concealers, like if I'm having a low maintenance day, if I'm even putting concealer on, I will just put it on my eyelid and I'll use that basically as primer. But I like that this is developed to be concealer and primer, and because it's a pot concealer, it does have a little bit of a thicker consistency than the two previous ones that I just talked about, but it's still, there's something about this formula. It glides on and blends in like super fast. It's one of these pot concealers where I don't feel like I have to work at it, where I don't feel like it's too thick. I don't feel like it emphasizes lines at all. It's really, really like rich without being like thick and cakey. So I just love it. I just love this one. The next one is the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and I'm holding light in my hand, but I actually have light and medium. And this concealer is, I want to say, I think the most emollient concealer out of all of the ones that I have here. It is super, super, like if you have dry under eyes, this is great. I have dry skin, so I'm pretty much dry everywhere. So this is wonderful. It sets down nicely also if you want to put a light, you know, layer of powder on top, and it does not sink into fine lines for me. It just works really, really well. I'm trying to just like use more descriptive words here. I don't know if you can see on my finger if it's reflecting the light, but it is, like I said, incredibly emollient. So I use this if I feel like I'm having like a super dry day, but if I feel like I'm like moisturizing my skin as normal, I will not reach for this. It's almost like too emollient, but I love it. If you have a dry under eye, I think this is a great one, and the coverage is decent. It's not like the highest coverage I've ever experienced, but it's decent. It's more than, I think it's more than the by Terry. Yeah, I would say that. It just leaves like a really, really natural finish. This is a good one. check this one out if you haven't already. And then last but not least, I kind of had to dig through my concealers. It was like the first four, these first four I was like, definitely. But when it came to the fifth one, I was like, concealer. And I kind of had to dig through my collection, and I was like, There was one that was discontinued, so I'm like, I'm not going to talk about that. And I was like, this one's okay, this one's okay. And then I came across this, and I was like, oh my god. I'm like, duh. I love this one. This is the Surratt Beauty Surreal Skin Concealer. So this is a stick concealer, and just twist up. It has an angled tip. It's much like the foundation. It glides on, and it almost just sort of like levitates above your skin. It's like this veil, and it doesn't, for me, it doesn't like sink into my lines or anything, and it does this great like blurring effect. It's really, really lovely. In fact, I need to use this one more. I just really like it. And this also is another one that works well on the rest of my face. I can kind of like spot conceal freckles and things with this one. I just love it. It doesn't have a heavy feeling at all. I love the texture of it. I just think it's a great one. So those are my top 5 favorite concealers. Please let me know down below what your favorite concealers are. I feel like I'm always on the hunt for a really good concealer, and I have so many that kind of fall in that range of like, they're okay, you know, like I wouldn't throw them out, but these 5 are the ones that I really gravitate towards, and I would love for them to have some company. So definitely let me know what your favorites are down below, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video.